Welcome back to another episode of Between Sundays in the Lake, and this is a...
In the lake?
How do I... Yeah, in the lake.
It is called the in-between.
I didn't bring my waders.
Between Sunday... I think I said... I don't know, maybe I said in the lake.
I think you said in the lake.
We're all
hey, it's pretty chilly out there, man.
It is what it is, but... and this is... so I guess for this episode, it would be the...
You probably got yours on standby, Mr. Duck Boy over there.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm waiting for a referral.
He doesn't have any waiters. He doesn't have any waiters yet.
Currently, they're in the shopping cart.
Yeah, they're in the shopping cart.
Ooh, that's another. That's another good little topic. What do you have meandering in shopping
Oh, bro,
carts?
you don't even want to know
what's floating around.
Yeah, what's floating around. Listen, we just sat here and tried to come up with we went through 30 different topics to talk about. And 3 minutes into this podcast, we have 4 things we can talk about now. That's why sometimes you just have to jump into it. Right?
And this is the between Sundays right here. This is the between Sundays.
Yeah, between.
So
in the lake.
But no,
in the lake, before it's in between is in.
Well, that's what they do on Tuesdays. We're in the lake.
We're in the lake.
Yeah. And on Thursdays, we're
see, because we're out kind of having a good time. We're hunting, fishing.
Yeah,
in the lake.
See?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Not at the lake. We're in the lake.
Jordan, we need a new graphic.
No pier. We're in the water.
We're just sitting in the water floating.
Or on a boat.
Yeah, on a boat. Our little vacation from the podcast.
So you've got me and Pastor Karl and Pastor Jordan are here. So we were trying to figure out something to talk about. We started talking about some things, and I was thinking about it. So I've been in ministry, vocational ministry, since 2009.
I was in 9th grade.
I graduated.
So, and then Jordan's been in vocational ministry for about 5 years now, and Karl's been in for less than a year.
Yeah.
So going on a year, pretty close to a year.
Yep, March.
So.
Yeah,
just
right.
trying to.
What are you going to do for me?
What am I doing for you? I'll be my March will be
work
my
birthday.
March 1st will be my my 5th year as the. I always tell everybody I'm the adult pastor.
Senior.
I'm the adult pastor.
Senior pastor. Senior pastor.
But so I mean, being in it so long, there's some crazy things that have happened. And I know, but it's interesting to see kind of the I was going to ask Karl, because he's been in there kind of a very short amount of time. What are some things you thought ministry was going to be?
That's good.
As opposed to what actually happens in ministry. What were some of your I'll give you a minute to think about what were some of your expectations? Okay, this is going to work like this and this and this, and then. And I could do the same thing, because I went from basically traveling to being at a church to now as the student pastor to now being I say the adult pastor, because we're all kind of together. Nobody's really the senior or the lead pastor. We're just kind of here together. I mean, everything falls on me, but that's the way I look at it. Is
I think lead.
We all kind of do it together.
Yeah.
And then Jordan's been in it for 5 years, so. What are some things that you thought were going to happen that even now, at the beginning, this is the way it worked, and now I've realized, oh, no, it works this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know, for me, the nice thing, not that I'm exactly that way, but, when I traveled with the strength team, we would go and we would preach on a Sunday morning. And something I learned from another guy, is I would go to the pastor. If I was the one preaching on Sunday morning, if I was leading the event, I would go to the pastor on Thursday or Friday when I would start kind of working on my message, and I would say, okay, what is it that you want to say to the church, but you can't say because you got to be here next Sunday? Because I'm going to say what I'm going to say, because on Monday morning I'm getting on a plane, I'm going back to Florida, bro. I can say whatever it is that you want to say, to the church. But now I'm in the other position. Not that it really stops me a whole lot, but what is it now? I'm on this side of it going, I probably shouldn't say that out loud.
Yeah.
There are times and if you ever watch any of my messages, these guys know, and if you're at the church, I'll have conversations with myself from the stage.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't say that, and I'll just
fun
move
to
on.
watch.
Or sometimes I go, I probably should. I'm gonna say it anyway.
All out loud, by the way.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm
There's
out
no
loud.
one where you just stare off the distance. He says it on the mic.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, what are so Karl? What are some, like, I guess some expectations that you thought that were different or that lined up?
Yeah, I think, like, I guess I didn't go into ministry with a like false expectation of I'm kind of like a realist kind of person. Like, I kind of, through Scripture, you look at what the disciples went through following Christ. They'll hate you because they hated me first. Pick up your cross and follow me. I think it gets harder.
Yeah.
Like following Christ and being a follower of Jesus and everything, like spiritually, it becomes harder because one, I think you're more of a target now from the enemy, right? Because you're doing what Christ calls you to do. But then also you pour out a whole lot, and it's hard to get poured back into. Yeah. That's one of the hardest parts is pouring out and not getting filled up as often as you used to. So that's, and I don't think that might have caught me off guard, but I don't think I went into it with like a life of luxury expectation, right? I knew that it was going to be a challenge, but I think that's probably the one thing that caught me off guard the most is getting poured into, the difficulty of getting poured into, filling yourself back up. Yeah, that's definitely one for me too. Yeah, like I don't know if I never realized like how important the role is in terms of like you're always the one people go to instead of like being able to go to someone else. Yeah. Did you have any more? No, that's
okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is.
We can just further elaborate
like,
on that.
Hopefully, I hope that like on Sunday mornings when you guys get to sit there, I hope that I'm helping to pour into you. Yeah. But when you're on this side of it too, right? Like you absolutely don't get it. Right. Yeah. Like you have to make a way. Like I will literally, I will flip on a Tony Evans sermon, and just as I'm driving down the road, or somebody, another for that because you're having to do it all the time. Yeah. Yeah. And not that it's not that I don't like it, not that, but like it's even harder when you're the senior pastor. Yeah. Because they don't have pastor conferences like they do youth pastor conferences and children's, like they don't have those. So silly. Like they have them, but they're not. But it's
there's
not.
There's almost a business sense behind it. We can't have all these pastors get together and not accomplish something. Right?
We need to do something with it. And it's like no, can we just get together, worship, and let somebody pour into us? Yeah, like that's what I used to. And I still, Jordan, I still went to YPS, like even when I was the senior pastor.
I loved it when you did too.
Because I loved YPS times. Because you got poured into.
And was yes, that?
It was
YPS?
Youth Pastor Summit. Oh, okay. And it was great because it was geared towards youth pastors and student pastors, but everybody can get something out of it.
Yeah, and because there were so many breakout sessions. Yeah, like it was you, me, the Himes, and Nicole and Jen. Mm-hmm. And like we would all break off and go to our
different ones,
breakout sessions and be able to come together that night and talk about it. Yeah, like it was really cool. Like it really was a fulfilling thing. I don't care what branch of ministry you're in. Any advice you can get is advice you can get. Or to be filled in or to feel equipped or whatever.
And it is hard though. It is hard to get poured into, and that's the one thing. Like it is what I learned. When we were actually at the Florida convention, the state convention, whenever that was a few months ago, and the one guy said, I realized that I was feeling burnout because everybody was telling me I was burnout. Like, not that that's not a real thing, but like when enough people tell you, oh, yeah, as your pastor, you're going to get burnt out, and you will if you're not careful. But like the more you hear that, the more you're gonna be like, you know what, I am burnout. I need but it's just it's a lot in ministry if you're doing it well.
I would say like if you're in your position 100%, there's like nothing filling back you in, other than I would say like conversations like this with us,
absolutely
where there's still that fellowship time because it's more on equal footing than it is like the human understanding of like rankings, I guess.
And Go ahead.
I was going to say, but like for me, Sunday mornings, it's probably like a 70-30.
Yeah.
Because like if something were to go awry, it's me that someone goes grabs.
Right.
You know, like when the power flickered.
Yeah.
I immediately got up, went to go check the alarm because I know sometimes if it's off long enough, it's going to start going off. I had to go back and make the system work again, so we had the screens and all that jazz again. Like I immediately went into like, okay, fix it mode because he can't. I have to.
Yeah, this is like a good inside peek for people that aren't into ministry, because Jordan and I have talked about like Sundays. Like we might be sitting there in the congregation, like listening to the sermon, but it 110% feels like we're on call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
On call is the perfect.
Because like you said, like you're there, you're the person to go to. If something goes astray, then you're the one there. It's not I'm a state away.
Right.
In a congregation that doesn't even know who I am, and I'm there to just be fed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
everyone
that, there's a
still
whole difference, right?
Yeah.
Everyone still views you and I as pastoral staff.
Absolutely.
No matter
And we have an
how we're
obligation
preaching.
to our congregation and to our church, who we represent, to do those things.
Yeah.
So
And I've gotten, like,
even
for
if you're
me-
there, you're almost like you're not there, if you will.
And for me, like I've made it a point that during those two, that usually we do two, but those two contemporary worship songs that we do, like I'm gonna pour everything I have into those two songs. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna look at my notes that I'm trying to remember and go through. I'm going to take this, and this
actually just worship.
This is me. Yeah. Don't come bother me. Don't. And listen, if you're out there, can I just make a plea here? Stop going to your pastor before the service and getting into a serious conversation or complaints. Yeah. Like, save it for after. Yeah. Like, especially, don't come up to me at fellowship time right before I'm fixing to do the message. Yeah. Like, literally right before I'm fixing to do the message with a complaint. Yeah. Like, it's save it for after.
Yeah.
That's probably part of the reason why I've seen several pastors where they stay backstage.
Yeah.
And they don't even come out until it's time to preach. And I think that's for them to be in their space, to get their heart right, their head right, their mind right, all those different things.
Yeah. Well, like for us, like you've had opportunities, Karl, to preach like in youth a couple times. For every year I preach probably like 5-ish times on a Sunday, give or take, depending on just situational.
Like
there's a guaranteed
Sunday,
too. When you have your vacation and for senior Sunday, and God forbid you're sick or something else, like usually there's about 4 or 5 times. But there's so much weight that comes, especially from a Sunday morning service, that people I don't think really understand. How much intensity there is right before.
Yeah, and
it's hard to do.
If the condition of the heart's right, as in we're doing justice to God's word.
Right, we're making
there's
sure
nothing else on earth that needs to be justified more than God's word.
Yeah, well, and we're gonna get Karl up there on a Sunday morning.
Yes, we will.
You have to shoot him with a tranquilizer.
Listen, if that's what it takes.
Listen, Karl will then understand the what they call the Monday morning fatigue.
Yes.
Because, dude, I don't know what it is. Like, I do kind of know what it is, but like on Monday mornings, what people understand, you are so tired. Mm-hmm. Like, Mondays are just horrible.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's because you've poured out everything you have, hopefully, everything you have into Sunday morning. Like,
spiritual warfare.
Yeah, you're doing spiritual warfare. That's exactly right.
Because when you're preaching, you're putting 300% in 30 minutes. Like you're exhausting every part of you.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know about you, but like in my mind, I'm up there preaching, but I'm also going to get your hand out of your pocket. Put this down. Stop.
Yeah,
doing that. Stand still.
It's
like,
monitoring yourself on top of it.
You're talking to yourself and trying to preach. And so it's like stand. And for me, most time it's stand still. Stop moving. Stand still. Stop pacing back and forth. Not that it stops me because I can't stand still. If I stood still, I don't think I could talk. Like, I don't know if it would be possible.
Yeah. For me, it's like pause here, look here. Is this where I'm at? Is that where I'm at? Where am I?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, did I already say that?
Did I already say this? I have to read it really
I'm going to say it again anyway.
Yeah. But take a pause, so it's like I'm re-emphasizing it.
The worst for me is I get like from the audience, if you will, like the confirmation, and a lot of it comes from like body language.
Yeah.
So when I find that one person, like if I scan and I find that one person that has that look on their face as if I said something that didn't like really sound right or something, now I like start getting doubt and I second guess myself, and then the whole thing just goes off the rails. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So always smile, always be giving that like you're doing a great job to the pastor. And
yeah. No. Yeah, but no, it's people don't understand that side of it. Is the somebody gave me the advice. People will forgive you for being not completely prepared for like a Wednesday night Bible study or a midweek Bible study or whatever. They are not going to be as forgiving if you're not prepared for Sunday morning.
Yes,
like I don't know what the difference in the two is, but either way. I think I quoted it on here one time. A friend of mine put up a quote that said, "If you a sermon given without study is just a performance."
Right.
Yeah. So, but So Jordan, what are some things in youth ministry that you expected that you actually? Let me back that up. That have happened that you didn't expect to be having to deal with.
Okay. Well. So for youth ministry, I think the one thing that I wasn't expecting was just how many events and like fundraisers and things we do. It got that one caught me off guard.
Overwhelming schedule.
Yeah, just the abundance of things to plot down on the calendar. For sure.
Yeah, it is different because you don't. There are things that happen that you don't expect, and one thing like that I think we all kind of expected, that a lot of people don't really realize, is Karl said a minute ago, like when you're sitting in the service, you're on call, but we're always on call.
Yeah,
and all like 3:00 in the morning, if somebody calls, I'm going to pick up the phone.
Yep.
Like that's just the way it is. As long as I hear it ring, I'm going to pick it up.
Oh no, right, yeah. As long as the call comes through, it's happening. Like there's no way about
Jordan's not going to hear the phone ring, so you're okay. So Jordan doesn't hear people shooting behind his house.
Yeah.
But no, like there are some things that happen when I was a student minister. There are some things that like I would say, and Jordan will get this as a parent too. Karl will understand this too. Things you have to say that you never thought you would have to say.
Sure.
Like get your brother's foot out of your mouth.
Yes.
Like those are things you were like, I never thought I would ever have to say.
For sure.
Make that statement. For sure. In a youth ministry, there are some.
Oh, there's a ton. Like last night, we had a couple of our boys like ended up like wrestling at the end of it, and like I'm like, first of all, leave room for Jesus. Like it is just you two. Like why are you that close to each other?
Too much brotherly love.
Yeah. Start dark bluing. Get away from each other. But like it's like stuff like that. And I'm like, I never thought in my wildest dreams at the age of 31 I'd be telling two teenage boys to get off of each other because they were wrestling.
Oh no, you're gonna you
for sure.
That's just I raised. And Karl's got to. That's just a standard of life when you have two boys in a room.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
but yeah, so like events and stuff like that, and like just I was expecting the like just sermon prepping. I was expecting like counseling and things like that, but like all of the just like the walking through life part.
Yeah.
Just we'll be at your games. Oh yeah, you have this thing at school. We'll be there. Oh hey, like this, like it's a party, a birthday party, whatever. Yeah, it's on this time. We'll be there. Like just the consistency of being around 40 kids all the time. Yeah. It definitely.
Well, and the hard thing is that you have to learn, especially in ministry, is no.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, I can't.
Be able to. Yeah.
Just being able.
That
to
was
say,
hard at the beginning for sure.
Well, and right now it's easy for you to go. Yeah, we'll be there. Give it about another 4 months. You'll be like, no.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No, I'm tired. I haven't slept
There's
in 3
hardcore
weeks.
lines being set for sure.
Yeah.
There'll be many times he'll sit and ponder and say, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
I understand with 4 bags under my eyes. I get it now.
I get it now.
But yeah, just the quirkiness of teens.
Yeah.
And like relearning slang, of what they talk about. That I'm like,
what did you just say?
Yeah.
Like they'll say, what did you just say?
For you, I don't deal with it as much with the children because they're getting a grasp of culture, but like you're talking about, middle school, high schoolers, like they're like the peak of it. So it's like And as generations change, that's all going to change too. So you're always always learning the new code,
going
if you
from
will.
Gen Z to Gen Alpha. Yeah. Now that about half of our youth group is Gen Alpha because of just age, that's wildly different.
Oh yeah.
And you think to yourself, why don't you guys just use the English language?
Right.
When did it break? What are all these like code words and slang and everything?
Right.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, youth ministry is just fun.
Yeah.
It's objectively fun. Like, there's a level of intensity when it comes to Sunday morning stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's heavy.
Oh yeah.
I preach just as long, I think, to the teens as I do when I preach
always
on Sundays.
Yeah.
Right, like that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Which, come to find out, most churches don't do that.
No.
I think that's hilarious to me because I'm like, why aren't you?
Well,
preaching
and
to your
and
students?
that's the thing. Like with Karl with the kids and Jordan with our students. Like, and when I was the student pastor, one of the guys actually is at YPS. He said, we don't think that that our students can handle getting as deep in the Bible as we think they can.
Yeah.
But you're talking to the same high school students that are doing calculus.
Right.
They can handle it.
You're
talking to the same, 4th and 5th graders that are doing math way beyond what we ever did.
Yeah.
Like, they're starting algebra in elementary school.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
they can handle
Absolutely.
getting deeper.
Yeah, I was talking to Kyler, and he's talking about math and everything. How there's like 5 levels of calculus.
Yeah.
He's like, I remember doing calculus like as a junior, blah blah, blah whatever it was, and I'm like, calculus was an option to take as a senior for me.
yeah.
Like not even earlier.
I
than
don't even
that.
think anybody
That
could
was
take calculus.
pre-cal, not even.
I think pre-calculus was as high as it went when I was in high school.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
pre-cal was like the option for senior. Like you could if you wanted to.
I took consumer math.
Nice.
That's what I did.
Nice. But now they have these kids as freshmen and sophomores taking Calc 5. I'm like, you're insane.
Yeah, and even with like tech, technology and everything, like what they can get on and like game and stuff like that, like they're borderline like writing code to like make something in
to
their
play a game,
Minecraft or something,
No,
so
right.
it's like,
right,
I mean,
yeah.
there's
a lot more. A lot more involved in like.
Yeah, I think
GoldenEye.
there's an area of the brain that is now subject to exercise way further sooner than it was, when you just went outside and played, cops and robbers.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But a ton of people don't think that teens, or they don't think they're able to keep the attention of the teens. There's a group of youth pastors that I will meet with fairly regularly, and I made the comment that I'll preach for like 30 to 40 minutes for our teens. And one of them looks at me, she goes, "You can keep their attention for that long?" I'm like, "Yeah, they want to know
We have
the
quite the
Bible.
respect
Like, why is this a surprise?"
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I think the culture has just kind of stayed.
Yeah.
From when
I would
we
say
were
we have
kids.
quite the mature group of youth as well.
We do have very mature
Yeah.
teens for sure.
Yeah, but they all can be, and it's an expectation, right? If their
we've set the expectation,
if
and
your
they adhere to it.
expectation
Yeah.
as the ministry leader of the teenagers or the kids is that they can't handle it,
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to handle it.
We were just talking about
If
mindset going into something.
Yeah, if your expectation is no, they can handle it. Some of them may not get it as much as others, and those will ask questions.
Right.
Then that's what they're going to do. That's they will live up to the expectation you hold of them.
Right. Yeah, you had I mean, like before I say that part, like that's how you can have a group of middle school girls evangelizing online.
Yeah.
Because even though on paper we would never consider middle schoolers mature, they have the maturity and the understanding to be able to do that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
But like we've set the standard, and like they are capable of doing that. You had left before we did small groups and worship last night. But in small groups, one of the questions I had asked them was like, what is something that you've given up to follow Christ? Like there's something that we've taken off of our heads to be able to.
If you haven't given up anything, you're not really following him.
Right. And like one of our boys, he made a comment like, I gave up my pride. Like I was always like to highlight the attention of myself, whatever. I gave that up because I knew I needed to be subservient to Christ. And I looked at him like, dang, I don't remember the last time I heard an adult say that. Like there's this mentality of like these teens are so much more capable of having those really deep conversations that, going back to what this whole podcast is about, I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
I will say that I was not prepared for the intellectual maturity of a lot of these teens at all.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it's the expectation. Whatever expectation you hold for them, they will. I mean, I can remember people like even with Logan and Kyler. I mean, I know that's a whole, but no. I mean, like because people would tell us. Well, no, I mean,
a whole other story.
Talking about my kids,
I was thinking Liam and August,
and then I'll talk about talk about my kids, and then I'll talk about the youth when I was a student pastor too. But like mine, people would tell us, family members would tell us, you're too hard on them. You set way too high expectations for them. And I'm looking at them going, no. I set expectations that are realistic and that will make them good men.
and achievable.
That's the goal I set for them.
Yeah, it's groundwork.
I said an unachievable goal would be if I asked them to be perfect.
Sure.
And I don't. But I know what they're capable of. Like, people would say, I can't believe you got mad at him for getting a C. Because he's capable of it at a minimum a high B.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not that I'm mad at him that he got a C. I'm mad at him because he didn't achieve the expectation that he is he's capable of doing.
Yeah.
And I used to do the same thing with our students, because people would be like, and even our students would sometimes ask, like Jordan knows, he's been to camp, bro. Some of y'all need to get y'all children. Yeah. Like, because some of them kids are wilding out, bro.
Some expectations.
Oh no,
like for real. And like our students would be like, "Well, why can't we?" And I'm like, "Would you think I think that's okay?"
Right.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Or they'll come to me and go, "Why do they act like that?" Right?
Youth calling out the
there ain't no expectations,
right?
Right?
It was a couple years ago. We were at I think we were in Alabama. Yeah, it was University of Mobile is where we were for camp. And two things happened. One, the crew across from us were the wildest group of boys I've ever experienced in my life. Like, and they did some like nasty things too. Like it was wild. And like, of course, our kids these are the rules. This is what we're doing. Phones in by this time. Quiet hours are this time. They can stay in the room and talk for as long as they want to. I don't care. You
but you're not running around the hall.
Yeah. You're not running down the hall, knocking on doors, taking mattresses out, sliding around, but whatever. The other time was like in one of the worship services. I think it was closer to the end. You haven't been to Fuge Camp. They and for those of you who are listening that haven't been to Fuge Camp, every night they rotate the groups. No one.
So everyone
sits at the front or the back or the side, whatever. They just keep it fresh like that. Well, there was one time we were in the back corner, and there was somebody's phone went off in the middle of the sermon. I don't remember if it was just a ringtone or a video or whatever. But anyway, a ruckus was made. I'll put it that way. Every single kid in the entire auditorium, except for our crew, was laughing, joking, pointing, whatever, all the while the pastor's trying to preach. And I look around at our students are still in their books, their Bibles open, taking notes, listening as attentively as they could to the pastor. I'm like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, my heart was so filled with joy because of how good they are and how much they understand respect. And, actually focusing on.
It's the expectation.
Expectations are made. Yeah.
I mean, and that's the, and we would have, like I said, we would have family members that be like, y'all have set the bar too high.
Yeah.
No, I set the bar, and they'll reach it.
Sure.
Yeah.
If they want to.
Yeah.
It's not unrealistic.
Yeah.
And I see Karl do the same thing with his kids, and he should. And people are looking at, and it is a struggle. Like, don't get me wrong, but now people will come up to me and go, "Man, your boys they're such good guys."
Sure.
Well, yeah, because and that's not me, because they could have very easily went, "No, Dad set the bar too high. I ain't doing that, and I'm just gonna be a bum," right? But they didn't, so I'm not taking the credit for that because they decided to do it.
Right.
But if you set a bar of expectation for your kids or your ministry or your student, or even me, and as the lead pastor here, like, this is what I think God wants the church to be, not me.
Sure.
Like, and I'm going to set it up here, and we're going to strive to reach that. We may not actually get there, but it's going to make us a lot better than we were because we're trying to get there.
Yep.
And, so, too many people say, manage your expectations. Like, no, I'm not going to lower my expectations.
Yeah.
This is what God has called us to be. We're never going to completely be that.
But that's what we're going to strive
and we're
for.
never going to be that all of those things all of the time.
Right.
But if that's our goal, then that's what we're going to be.
That's right.
So don't lower your expectations just so that it makes it easier for them to reach it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's the
Takeaway.
the thing from especially from ministry. Don't lower the expectations of the ministry just so that you can achieve it.
Yeah.
No, like, set it where you're probably not going to achieve it, but you're in a much better position even if you don't achieve it than you started.
Strive for too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goals.
Yeah.
You gotta have goals.
If I were to put any other thing I wasn't expecting, it would just probably just be how busy.
Yeah, it's just busy.
Yeah, it's just busy. Like,
Always.
coming from a secular job that's 9 to 5, you can leave work at work and not have to worry about it. It really is 24/7 kind of job.
Yeah, you quote unquote never clock out if you want.
Events to go to or run, services to go to or run. Like it's very rarely you get a day off, even on your days off.
Yeah, but
there's times where me and Zeb have been here 7 days out of the week for like months.
Yes.
That's just what we do.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
today's
Thursday.
So this is 13.
Yeah.
So.
But the beauty about that,
and we have this and that, like we don't leave.
You're not stuck in a cubicle.
No,
that's the beauty.
That is true.
Of it.
No, that is true.
You're not confined to.
And I'll say this
workspace, if you will,
because the more time you spend in ministry, like you hear some horror stories about like the way churches treat their pastors. Stuff. Our church is great though.
Oh no, we are blessed.
Like our church. Now we have our moments.
Sure.
And we have our people.
Sure,
but
absolutely. But all that gives
we
us
have our
good
people
stories.
that like I like to say have the yeah. We have our people that have the spiritual gift of criticism. We have those too,
which is fine,
which is okay. But our church is good to us, and they're very flexible with us in those things. So, and they also know that like basically, I'm gonna be here not because again, this isn't bragging on myself, but Karl's the same way. He comes in when he doesn't have to a lot of times. Jordan's here a lot when he does. I throw stuff at Jordan to make him go home, even though I'm here and I shouldn't be either. And then he'll throw that out at me, and I'll just
both
whatever.
leave at the same time.
No, I'll still make him leave, and I'll sit
stay.
here.
Yeah.
But there's times I'll be at the house and look out the window. I'm like, his car's that man's truck is so purple right
exactly.
Go home.
But the church knows that. Like, I'll speak for me personally. Like, they're very flexible with me from September to January because that's hunting season, and I take a day off here and there. But I also know that pretty much the whole rest of the year, I'm here 6 or 7 days a week.
You're
all in.
So, I mean, and that's just the way it is. But and that's the I had no bones about that with ministry. But it was what I think the one piece of advice I got that I didn't like the most. And I got it from several pastors when I became the senior pastor.
Oh, like advice you received that you didn't like. Okay.
Yes. That I completely disagree with. And if this is the path that you're taking in ministry or just in general, you're taking the wrong one. Like several pastors said, just don't get too close to people.
That's wild.
Like, and I understood what they were saying. And I certainly understand why they said that, especially now, because people are going to hurt you. But the other side of it is that's just part of it.
It's very protective.
Yeah.
It's that can happen anywhere.
That's part of it.
Yeah. Well, like pastor is shepherd, right? Like that's like telling a shepherd, hey, don't get too close to your flock.
Yeah, how could you not shepherd your flock if you don't know your sheep, right?
Right.
Yeah, you have
shepherds
to
live with their sheep.
Especially when you got that one that's rambunctious and he wants to, shoot off when everybody else is going straight. You know how to corral that one. Bring it back in.
And if you're not close to your flock, you don't know anything.
Right, you don't know.
I mean, you always have that one Joey Day. That's just get back in line.
Get back over there.
Over there in the corner shaking.
So you always have like, Snickers bar in your back pocket. Exactly. Jingling back in the line.
Hey, right here, right here.
You wouldn't have had that if you would have known that cheat, right?
Right, exactly.
Exactly. But no, I mean, it's just, I remember getting that and thinking to myself, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. It bothers me that several pastors give you that advice.
Well, and again, I understand
almost creates a disconnect.
What they were saying.
It does.
Because I do, and you have to remember, there's a lot of pastors that are no longer pastors because of whatever reason at the church that they got hurt.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I mean, like I get it from like the self-preservation aspect of it,
Yeah. So, well, and the other side of it is people are going to get mad at somebody else at the church, even though you're close with them, they're going to leave.
Oh, sure.
Because they're mad at somebody else, and you're looking at them going, okay, but like, why can't y'all just talk?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
And that's when
you
you get
take
stuck.
it as you choosing sides or whatever, and just try to actually be a mediator in a council.
But no, so anyway, we've been running our mouths for probably too long now. So
supposed to be a short episode.
Yeah.
I was joking earlier. I think it was our second short episode was longer than our last 3 long episodes.
Right. We're not calling.
Probably the next one.
Yeah.
We're not calling them long and short. We're just going to call them at the lake and in the lake. So I am going to start introducing them that way.
Yeah.
The Tuesdays are going to be in between Sundays in the lake, and the Thursdays are going to be at the lake.
I will be rebranding all of our episodes.
No, don't do all that. Don't do all that. That's too much. But no.
Instead of the in betweens, it's in the lakes.
but no. I think it is good to sit and talk, and maybe somebody that's thinking about going into ministry, maybe that'll help you out, or maybe you're in ministry and you stumbled upon this podcast. Listen, we're not the end all be all of ministry, obviously, but
we're also not your atypical pastors.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I tell people, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, I actually get kind of I kind of enjoy it when people look at me and go, I'd have never thought you were a pastor. Yeah. And I'm like, good.
Yeah,
like I'm just a normal dude. My job happens to be I got to be up there.
Right.
So
exactly.
That's what God's called us to be. So
makes it more personal, I think.
Yeah. So, but hopefully you guys got to know your pastors a little bit. Maybe you laughed a little bit at some things, and we can go through some. I can
take away a couple things, walk away with a couple of good things.
I mean, and going back to our last, whatever you want to call it, the last at the lake.
Yes.
Or I guess it's the last. I don't know when we were talking about the Sabbath. Is
at the lake.
Take that moment. Yeah, at the lake. Yeah. But take that moment to rest, and we have to remind ourselves of that as well. A little more difficult for us on Sundays than for most people, but we have to take those moments to rest and recuperate and do those things, and that goes for everybody. And the U.S. is the absolute worst country in the world at vacation.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So, but we need that rest. So, if you didn't get anything else out of this, rest. Don't point your finger at me. That thing might go off.
Did you say things you weren't expecting of?
Huh? Yeah, I was talking just like I just wasn't expecting the for it to be as much as it was.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of in the same boat you guys are.
Yeah.
But the other side of it too is God is blessing our church, and our church is growing, so it just makes even more.
Yeah.
But I'm also the guy. Part of it's my fault, and I'm reminded of it by my wonderful wife a lot, because, I feel like if we're gonna do something as a church and our name's gonna be on it, it needs to be done to the best possible. I always hated when somebody said, "Well, that's good enough." No. We're not doing it good enough. Yeah. There is a point where yes, it is good enough, but I want when people see it, I want them to go, "Oh man, that was awesome."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think with how much people only see Sundays and Wednesdays, you really don't realize how much goes on behind the scenes. Like every other day of the week, you really don't.
Yep. So, most people I've never had anybody actually say it to me, but I've heard it said to other pastors, like, "We only work one day a week."
Right.
Oh, really? Come follow me around, buddy. Yeah. Please don't ever say that to me, because I've still got that gear in me. So,
I think. Yeah. I think it's important. Yeah.
I've still got that gear in me. Yeah. So, but I'm a recovering sinner. That's what I keep telling people.
Recovering sinner.
So,
can help your new church.
Be very careful about what you say.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go ahead and get up out of here, guys. Hopefully, you guys got to know us a little better, glean some things out of there, and God, to tie all this back in, God has high expectations for those who choose to follow Jesus. We will never be able to completely and totally reach all of those expectations, but that should not stop us or slow us down from attempting to.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So while we cannot be perfect, we can certainly strive to be that way.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's my encouragement to you. Yeah. You'll never be perfect, but striving to be that way is what we've been called to be.
Yep.
So, all right, fellas. Well, I'll go ahead and pray us out,
sure.
And we'll try to do better next time. So we'll catch y'all the next go-around. Let's pray. Lord God, thank you for today. Thank you for who you are, for what you do. God, I just pray that as we continue to walk through this life, God, I pray that we would do our absolute best to reach the goals and expectations that you have set before us, that you have called us to be and do. God, I know that we will never reach those things, but God, just help us to always remember that you are with us, and with you all things are possible. So God, we love you, we thank you, and we ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.